second time in a matter of weeks, really, we've talked about innovative new ways of dealing drugs, none of which we endorse. Just say no, kids. But this time it's minicabs. So this is talking about dealers using minicabs and taxi-hailing apps to drop off drugs to young people in Redbridge. Residents say they've seen youths waiting for these cabs, but once they arrive, they don't get in, but simply swap money for small packages. So read into that what you will. A local councillor, Kaya Chowdhury, said there have been incidents of dealers hiring a different vehicle every day to make drop-offs to their clients. Most drivers are not aware that their vehicle will be used in this way, and if they do realise, they're usually too scared of repercussions to do anything.
Because presumably those minicab drivers often do short deliveries.
Well, this is it. You've got a guy called Andy Kavanagh, who's the chairman of the Licensed Taxi Drivers Association. He's carried suspicious passengers in the past, and he's encouraged people to stand up for themselves. But the difference is, because he's got a kind of hackney cab, he's got something between him and the passengers. Whereas if you're a minicab driver, you don't know how they're going to react or what they're going to do to you.
Extraordinary stuff, and one that no doubt we'll perhaps see more of. Let's head down now to Croydon for a World Cup special there.
Yeah, this is good. 8 years ago, the World Cup, I did this myself as a news editor, which was send reporters out to find somebody living in that area from each country involved, albeit a much bigger area than Croydon's. They've given it to one reporter, Sam Truelove, who, bless him, has managed to find most. In Croydon, he's managed to find an Argentine who doesn't watch football, which is an achievement in itself, a German who stepped into a puddle of blood on her first day in Croydon, not one but two Poles, as they were so inundated on social media by people who wanted to be involved. I have to say, a lot of them aren't nationals of these countries. They're people who have got heritage from those countries, which I think is cheating a little bit. But if they're supporting those teams, that's fine. But they were six that they could not find anybody who was living in Croydon from these nations. And that was Costa Rica, Iceland, Mexico, which surprises me, Panama, which doesn't surprise me because I learnt this week there's only 250 Panamanians in the whole UK, Senegal and Uruguay.
Well, there we go. If anyone's watching, I know we have quite a few viewers down in Croydon. If anyone is watching, get in touch with Croydon Advertiser. And if you're Uruguayan or have a Uruguayan friend. Let's head to a story people might be familiar with because of a film.
Yes, and we spoke about this about 6 to 8 weeks back, about this patch of land next to Hampstead Heath, which famously became home to a man known as Harry the Hermit. Harry Howells is his real name, who'd been living in a hand-built shack there, and inspired the film Hampstead a few years ago, which was about Brendan Gleeson in similar circumstances. We talked about how it was being sold off because he gained it through squatters' rights, and he left the land to be sold off to make money for homeless charities, and it was sold this week at auction for £154,000.
Extraordinary stuff. Now we're in, as my news editor was saying earlier, a period of interesting Fox stories, and there's one on the front cover of the Richmond Twickenham Times. Before we go to the picture, we should point out the typo is theirs, not ours.
Very much their typo. It's sold, yes. Slap wrists for the sub-editor there.
Tell us about this story.
Yeah, this is a more happy one than some of them. This is McFly bassist to the rescue. So this is gentleman Dougie Pointer, who was in the pop band of yesteryear, McFly, found himself walking by Richmond Hill when he found a fox which had managed to get it stuck into the centre of a fountain. In a flash, it says here, Dougie was on the phone to the RSPCA. Lisa Miller turned up. She waded into the fountain. She managed to pluck the fox out, check that it was OK, and release him back into the wild.